Good morning! It is early in the morning and contestant number 4 wanted to get me out for coffee. So got a little bit of a coffee date going. I'm gonna get something to eat because I'm hungry and then we'll see how this goes. I don't know what to expect, but hopefully, because I'm a little tired, this particular book is able to capture my attention. I wanted to give you my initial thoughts, just briefly looking at contestant number 4 before I actually went in. And it looks like it's a long section, but there's a lot of dialogue. So dialogue typically is a little bit faster, I think, to read. And so we'll see how long I'm gonna actually be here having coffee. Okay, initial thoughts. It's a sci-fi, definitely a sci-fi, and the music here is loud, so I have to make sure I go between songs. This guy has woken up in this place where he's obviously been experimented on and don't know yet what's happening, but he's got all these tubes and stuff stuck to him and he's trying to figure out where he's at and what's going on. I have a feeling I know what book this is. Okay, yeah, based on the humor, I'm pretty sure I know what this book is and why Shell picked it. Even though I'm trying not to guess, of course, what the books are. Trying not to, but it's really hard not to. So we're finding out that this character is in space and he's trying to figure out who he is because he doesn't remember, but he's able to remember that he knows science and he's doing these different science experiments, which helps him to find out that he's in space because he realizes that he's not on Earth's gravitational pull. And I've already cried, so that's something, right? Already eliciting the emotions. Okay, so I had to leave the coffee shop a bit early because I've got an appointment coming up. However, contestant number 4 is gonna come back to my place so we can spend a little more time together. Okay, so I've completed my date with contestant 4. It was a lovely date and I really enjoyed it. I'm very intrigued, and of course the stakes of this particular book are very high. The sun is losing energy and somehow this one person has to save the day. So that obviously is like getting my excitement going. I want to know what's going to happen, and I do really like sci-fi. So yeah, this is going to be almost impossible. This is a terrible idea. Why did I do this project? This is horrible. At this point, I want to read all 4 of these books. And I still have more to go. It's going to be really sad for the contestant that doesn't spark my interest at all. That'll be really sad. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but you never know. You know, these kind of things happen. It's future Amy here, and I'm ready to send you over to my bookish matchmaker. But before I do that, I did want to say that as I was editing this particular date, I noticed that there wasn't a lot that I shared. There just wasn't a lot going on. And part of the problem was that the coffee shop itself was really loud. There were people that came in at one point that were sitting right next to me, and I didn't really want to film and be loud when they were sitting next to me working. And then the radio was really loud and I couldn't really go anywhere into the coffee shop to escape that. So talking about the books would have meant that I probably would have had a lot of copyright infringement in the background noise. So I didn't get a chance to talk too much about the book while I was reading it. What I would like to say now is that I really enjoyed this. I was very excited about it. I felt like the pacing was really fast. The humor was great, and that's how I recognized the writing. I recognized who the author was because of the writing, and it was very similar to another book that I've read in the past. And I was pulled in very quickly, especially with the dire situation that our main character was in. Also, the emotions that this book elicited were really strong, and I did cry pretty early on just because you feel the fear that this character has, you feel the desolation, you feel the sorrow that he felt about what had transpired and the things that he was remembering, because when he was in his deep sleep for such a long time, he had forgotten so much of the past and even the reason why he was there. So as he woke up and as he started doing things that triggered memories, he started remembering more the things that had happened. The other reason I didn't talk too much about this is because I didn't want to give any spoilers away. Now, granted, there's a lot about this book that is already really well known, but there are some things that happen that you learn about pretty early on that you're kind of discovering as he's discovering them when he's remembering things. And because you're discovering them the same time he's discovering them, I didn't want to give those things away because I feel like it's more fun to discover those things when you're reading the book. What I don't think I conveyed very well in these video clips was how much I was actually enjoying myself, was how intrigued I was in this story and how excited I was to continue on. This is one that I had a hard time putting down after I finished reading it because there's so much action, there's so much you're trying to figure out at the beginning that you really just want to keep going. So I just wanted to share those things because I felt like it wasn't conveyed very well in my date, and it had a lot to do with the setting of my date. It wasn't a bad place to go on a date because going to a coffee shop and reading is a great way to spend a date, especially with a book. It just wasn't great for filming. So I don't want you to think that I wasn't enjoying myself. Anyways, if you haven't yet figured out what this book is, I'm going to pass it on to Matchmaker Shell, and she can tell us why she decided to pick this book for me.
Well, we've made it to contestant number 4. Are you excited? Contestant number 4 is Out of This World. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Now, I picked this as your perfect match because you love science fiction, you love science, and as you know from The Martian, he is very good at incorporating science in his books, and it's something that you really enjoy reading. On top of that, you actually have a lot in common with the main character, and I think that that will pull you in once you get to know him. The science is also a little more up your alley than in his previous book, so I think this is a perfect match. I hope you enjoy the date.
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can see what happens when I meet contestant number 5, lucky contestant number 5. That's my lucky number, so hopefully it's clear. When I read that one, I'll be like, oh, there's no doubt whatsoever. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.